I just found out I have a 4-year-old aunt. Now I'm raising her alone at 23. 3 days ago, my grandfather passed away at 78. We thought we knew everything about him. He had 2 kids, my mom and my uncle. Our family is huge, loud, kind of dramatic, but nothing prepared us for what happened at the funeral. That's when we found out my grandfather had a 4-year-old daughter. Yeah, a little girl with the cleaning lady who used to work for him. No one knew. The woman vanished, just disappeared, and left the kid behind. Her name is Lenka. Tiny, barely says a word, and completely alone. At the wake, no one spoke to her. I watched her curled up in the corner like she was trying to make herself invisible. And the only discussion anyone had? Who was not going to take her. They all agreed, orphanage. I don't know what hit me, but I couldn't take it. I walked over, knelt down, smiled, and asked, "Would you like to live with me?" She didn't say a word, just nodded. That was it. That night, she came home with me. My cousin handed me her health card like she was passing off a package and said, "Good luck." I live alone in a tiny apartment in eastern Slovakia. I work from home, still studying on weekends. I'm not rich. I've never raised a kid, but there we were. On the ride home, she stayed silent. I showed her the apartment, made her food, made her nothing. Later that night, while she slept, I cried harder than I have in years, like full-on breakdown. What am I doing? How can I raise a child when I'm barely holding it together? She's not even my niece. She's my aunt. Yeah, she's technically my mom's little sister, my 4-year-old aunt. At 3 a.m., I woke up to find she'd wet the bed. She was trying to hide the blanket like she didn't want me to know. My heart shattered. I helped her clean it up and told her it was okay. The next morning, I said we had to go shopping. She refused to hold my hand the whole walk there, trying to act grown. But on the way back, she was so tired she could barely walk. I carried her. She didn't fight me. Then we had to head to child services so I could become her guardian. I brought everything, my ID, her health card, even a letter I wrote asking for temporary custody. But one woman at the office, she tore me apart. "You're just a boy. You can't raise a child. She's better off with her mother." She said all this in front of Lenka, and that's when I noticed tears were silently streaming down her face. No sound, just her tiny body shaking in my lap. I got up, apologized, and left. Took her to get ice cream. We sat in silence. I told her we'd have to go back to that mean lady, but I'd be with her the whole time. She nodded. Back inside, the woman still wasn't nice, but she did explain what happens next. Social workers will check in. They'll try to find her mother. If they do, she might legally have the right to take Lenka back, but I'm ready to fight. Because if her mom walked away once, I know she'll do it again, and I won't let that happen. It's late now. I'm exhausted, but I need to say this out loud. I love this kid. I've only known her 3 days, but I would do anything for her. And I'm scared out of my mind. I might have to give up school. I'm selling my motorcycle. There's no babysitting culture here. I barely sleep. And yeah, I worry no girl my age is going to want a guy with a 4-year-old in tow. But I gave up who I was to give her a chance to become who she could be. And I don't regret it for a second. And if you've ever been through anything even close to this, I could really use some advice. My mom abandoned me for her real family, so I left without saying goodbye. You know that moment when everything just clicks, when you realize the people who are supposed to love you the most have been treating you like a stranger for years? Yeah, that moment hit me hard. I'm 19 now, and what I'm about to say, it's not easy, but I need to let it out. So here's my story. My mom had me when she was 17, and my dad was 19. They weren't married, just 2 teens who hooked up and had a kid, me. My dad's been in prison for most of my life on nonviolent drug charges, so growing up, it was mostly me and my mom. Things were fine at first, but everything changed when I turned 10. That's when she got married to my stepdad. Soon after, she had my little sister. Then came my brother. And suddenly, I wasn't the kid she cared about anymore. I became invisible. I tried to talk to her, hang out, anything, but she was always busy with the new family. Every outing, every birthday, every movie night, they were all in the group photo, and I was just cropped out of real life. Then one day it really hit me. She came rushing into my room, dressed up, makeup done, obviously going out. I asked, "Are you going somewhere?" She said, "No," and brushed me off. I thought, okay, whatever, and went back to my computer. 15 minutes later, I hear the garage door open. I look outside, and there she is, mom, stepdad, my brother and sister, all dressed up, loading into the truck like a picture-perfect family. Without me. She looked at me like I was a problem. No apology, no explanation, just cold eyes. 10 minutes later, she texts me, "We're just going to the park." I didn't even reply. I didn't want to fall for that trap. When they got back, I was quietly eating dinner. My 9-year-old sister came running in, so excited to tell me all about their day. And guess what? They hadn't gone to the park. Nope. They went to Dave & Buster's, got milkshakes, went shopping, did everything fun, without even telling me. I was crushed. I tried not to show it, but my little sister noticed I was upset. My mom? She looked like she was about to make me the villain again. So I quietly walked away and shut my door. I didn't want my siblings to see that mess. That night, something shifted in me. I realized I had been trying for so long to be a good son to someone who made me feel like an outsider in my own home. It's not just neglect, it's emotional abandonment, and it's not normal. But I had no escape plan. No grandparents, they've all passed, and my only aunt is struggling to support her own family. I didn't want to be a burden, so I made a bold choice. I joined the army, on a whim. She still doesn't know. It's the first decision I've made purely for myself, and honestly, I feel powerful. For once, I'm taking control of my life. Basic training is coming up soon, and I can't wait to start over. I don't know what the future holds, but I finally feel like I'm moving, not waiting for someone to care. To be clear, I love my little brother and sister. They're the only ones who've ever made me feel like I belonged. I hope they'll understand why I left, and I hope when I come back, they'll still see me as their big brother.